Hey, what's up everybody? Prospector here with Watcher Realms. Guys, today we're going to be talking about Dracula and how he's going to change the anti-air arena meta. And it is a very crazy thing to see, so stick around. But anyways, without further ado, let's dig in. Alright, so Dracula. We're going to start off with him. He's pretty straightforward. Cannot launch basic attack autonomously. While on the field, applies Soul Rot to 2 allied heroes. This is also at the higher awakenings, by the way. The awaken level 1, you can increase their damage by 30%. And at the level that they're at right now, I believe it increases it by I want to say 20% or so. I forget where it is, but it's right here in the thing. I should just waited. But anyways, while on the battlefield, apply Soul Rot to 2 allied units with the highest attack within 2 tiles. Resetting targets when the ultimate ends. Allied heroes affected by Soul Rot grant Count Dracula 1 stack of Soul Siphon every 2 seconds up to 10 stacks. Soul Siphon increases damage by 3% per stack. Upon gaining, Count Dracula restores 4% rage. This effect cannot be dispelled, so it comes back pretty quick. Soul Rot says causes HP drain equal to 10% of current HP per second against and gains 15% damage increase. It's right there, 15%. This effect cannot be dispelled. So anybody that has Soul Rot is going to have a 15% damage increase. Okay, basic attack. When an ally with Soul Rot deals damage to an enemy with basic attack, Count Dracula launches a coordinated attack dealing 20% damage. Damage is really good. It's very significant. Sometimes it can be a lifesaver. On to the passive Blood Hunt. Ultimate attack deals an extra 15% damage to enemies with an HP below 70%. Against enemies with HP below 30%, the effect is increased to 30%. Okay. On to the next passive, Scarlet Embrace. When deployed, for every 1 allied hero in the talent's range, gains 3 stacks of Soul Siphon. Every 1 stack of Soul Siphon gains 5% penetration. That's that Soul Siphon that we were talking about in the talent. Cost in the arena is reduced by 5. Huge cost reduction. He also has a bond skill with Lady Mina. The ultimate's range increases and Blood Covenant damage multiplier increases by 40%. So if you were thinking about passing on Lady Mina and you want to be able to do this anti-arena comp, if you want to compete in an arena, you better pick her up, okay? On the ultimate. During the ultimate, absorbs all Soul Rot effects to deal 60% damage to 1 enemy unit in range, 5 times per second for 15 seconds. It's also going to inflict anti-healing effect for 5 seconds. Causes HP drain equal to 15% of the current HP to the hero per second and cannot be healed, and gains 10% damage increase for every 100 bonus attack speed. After the ultimate ends, all stacks of Soul Siphon are consumed. So it's a mouthful there. So we have some anti-healing going on. We have the HP drain going on. The HP drain is going to work really well when it comes to working with units in the Chaos faction. So single target arena, he's definitely going to have a place there, okay? Paired up with Valderon. But for now, we're looking at anti-air. He's definitely going to be in the single target arena mode. I'm almost certain of it. Now, like I said, on the Awakening level 1, that damage increase to the allies that have Soul Rot goes up to 30%, so it's double. The A2 goes up to 300 attack here, and then A3 ultimate attack inflicts defense reduction on enemies for 5 seconds. The Awaken 4 is penetration about 8%, and then Awaken 5 is during the ultimate. The more times an enemy is hit by the hero's attacks, the higher the subsequent damage they take, with the damage increase capped at 40%. So the only one really big one that you would really want for arena, if you want to use them for that, it's going to be that A1. It kind of makes sense. On the A5, it's a nice skill if you're going up against a single target for a long amount of time. But in anti-air arena or whatever arena you're going to be in, it's not like he's going to be sitting there pounding on the same guy forever. It takes him out pretty quick. And the A3, definitely nice to have that defense reduction as well, which is going to be a full 30%, lasting for 5 seconds. If you're struggling taking things down, he's definitely going to help. Now, I don't even have him in the most optimal build. He's just in a Soulbound Arcana set with pure flat attack. It's a good set, you know, but then we're going with Warlord on the left side, and I'd normally be going with Wicked Vengeance, but we're just going to go with Warlord just to keep things more simple on this guy. Now, what is the interesting part about him? All right, so if you look at the ultimate here, he's going to be in a Piercer faction, so he's going to extend his range 1 more. And then he also has Lady Mina's bond skill, who gets out there a little farther. So in anti-arena, he's able to pick off the units up in the corner, just like our girl, Yuri. All right, so Yuri is going to be able to do that same thing. She has this chain effect where she activates her ultimate, goes through the one enemy, and she can kind of chain off and go further off into that corner, pick them off really fast, and then change the way, or basically end the arena. Now these guys are bonded. I can't change that. I wish I could, but I did lower their awakenings to kind of test them out and to see if they still do that well. Yuri's the one that struggles a little bit more compared to Dracula. So Yuri's A1 puts out a stun, not a big deal. A2 puts out that attack plus 300, but the real big one here is going to be that awaken level 3, with the damage increases as the number of targets in basic attack range decreases. Damage increase ranges from 8 to 40%. Now you can go even further if you wanted to and reduce AoE damage taken, but it doesn't really matter. It's all about that A3. Now we have other heroes from the Dracula event on the server right now, and I haven't quite figured out how to get them into a team. I've also figured out that running with Erlang Shen is going to be optimal, because he is going to go out there on his ultimate with this Heaven Gaze out, so the bear is going to be continuously inflicted with 20% vulnerability of physical damage when he activates his ultimate. I also believe he does something else that's pretty cool. Maybe not. Maybe not, but he also has reduced arena, and he does really well taking care of units in anti-air. He is awakened level 3, I just didn't take him down. I think he can do it just fine at the A0 as well. But this is the team that we're going to be going with. Let me go and look over here. You can kind of see what's going to be happening here, but Erlang Shen is going to be doing all of the AoE damage on the team, just paired with Diao Chen. Now you may be wondering, why don't I bring Lady Mina? Because I just can't get her to get her attack off. I actually would even replace Diao Chen and consider it if her attack could reach. She has her ultimate here, which is like Diao Chen range. When you look at anti-arena, she can't reach those corners, so that's not helping me with anything. Unless you're getting overran in anti-arena, you're not going to have to worry about using her. And at that point in time, I guess you could use Amari if you really wanted to, but having her still is still amazing. And if you had to put her on the team, you don't have a Yuri or something like that, it'll work. If it's just not going to take you up into the top of arena. But this is the team that we're going to be going with. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. No, that's pretty much it. Erlang Shen, Dracula, Yuri. We're going to be trying to use Erlang Shen to take care of all of the AoE enemies, and then we're going to be trying to use the other two to kind of trade off and take off the enemies at that long range when they just spawn and just end the round immediately. It's just kind of how it works. Diao Chen is going to be buffing up Yuri and Erlang Shen. Dracula is going to be sitting up there in the top by himself with no buffs, and then we're going to have Yovar in the back for some added support. Alright, so let's just get into it. We have 568 BP. I'm going to go ahead and actually test it out on some guildmates on the server here, which I should probably have asked them to really optimize their team, but we'll start with Corey. Corey has himself an Ingrid team with Valara and Erlang Shen. This is pretty meta right here. 590k BP, not that that really matters, but it does have a lot to do with the health of the enemies coming in. But we're going to try to test it out with this team here. Yeah, so it's pretty straightforward. You start it out just like you normally do with a Yuri team. You place Yuri and you kind of either win or lose that first match. You don't have to worry about it too much. Second one, you're going to take it. All right, let's get Yuri out of the field here quick. All right, just going to put her here facing up. Put it on 2x and just let her take care of the enemies. Now, Corey is going to activate Kratos' button there and take those two out. There you go. And then we're going to lose this one and have to kind of just hang out for a little bit. Not a big deal, as long as she takes them out. Now these guys are gonna come out. 1, 2, we're gonna activate Yuri. Remember, she is A0, so he's not gonna just wipe these guys out super quick. There you go. Next one's gonna be Erlang Shen. We're gonna place him down on the field right here. All right, so you can see he's already having a hard time reaching, so we obviously took that round pretty easy. And normally this runs into trouble like later on, like it's not usually like a right now thing, but in this case it's not really a problem at all. We just kind of do our thing, let these guys ride. We're not going to pick these guys off either. We're gonna go ahead and put down Count Dracula right here. So he's gonna drain Erlang Shen, and we aren't gonna get that bonus from Yuri. And yes, this is exactly the way it went for me last time. So we're gonna go ahead and activate our Count Dracula. Take these guys out as soon as possible. Not an issue. We're gonna go ahead and put down Diao Chen right here, facing the right. No, facing up, sorry. I want to buff Erlang Shen as much as I can. And you can see Dracula is just going to take out this guy pretty quickly. It's not really going to be a big issue. Alright, here we go again. Should be an AoE wave coming up next. And because he's kind of struggling taking this guy out, I have ample amount of time trying to get Ingrid out on the field here. Go ahead and activate Erlang Shen. And then as soon as we get to those last few enemies, I'm gonna make sure she can cut over there, activate her, and she's gonna clip over there and start taking care of these two. Yeah, it's kind of it's kind of cheesy, honestly, but I mean, this team is wild. It honestly is wild. We're gonna go ahead and place down our Yovar right here. You're gonna be able to get extra boost from Yao Qian. We can go ahead and activate our boy Dracula. Start taking care of these guys. Shouldn't be an issue either. Once he gets going, man, does he get going? And you can see they can't even barely get out of spawn. Doing a lot of damage over here, just not enough. It's just not enough to take care of that. So we're not even gonna make it to those last few waves. Believe me, it's not a problem. They go through it just fine. Okay, so there's that one. That's for that Ingrid team. So let's go back, and I think the only team I have to test it out other than this is a team that Fastidious set up on his test server account. And on that team, he essentially was trying to use Lady Mina. And I can show you exactly why. It just doesn't matter if you have her or not, besides the fact that you want the bond skill. The bond skill is a big deal. It is a big deal to have. You want her, you just maybe not going to put her out on the field that much. It really depends on where you are in the game, and in early game kind of stuff, that in the mobilized state is actually pretty amazing in certain situations. It could be also very useful in malware trials and stuff, but when it comes to end game stuff besides that, it's just not going to really stick out too much. But the immobilized effect is pretty impressive. Alright, so he has the same team, essentially, Erlang Shen, but he just has Lady Mina instead of Yuri. So, you're going to end up bringing somebody else, and Yuri's going to be the next best bet in anti-air arena. Now, we're going to place Yuri. He's going to go ahead and place Erlang Shen, which is a fair move. That's actually a really smart move. That's what people typically do in anti-air. So, there we go. Not a problem. I'll fix myself a little bit here so I'm not sticking up. Not even worried about it. Go ahead and activate Yuri. Gonna take care of these guys, as you can see. And then we're gonna go ahead and get our Erlang Shen down on the field. Same spot. Different issue, I guess. Alright, here comes these guys. We don't really need to do anything if you don't want to. You can right about now, but it's not necessary, obviously. Go ahead and place your Dracula down. I'm gonna activate that Dracula right now. We're gonna hold off on Yuri, save him, or save her for now. I'm gonna go ahead and put down Diao Chen, get her going. You see the round is won, it's already over. Yuri couldn't even do that good. Honestly, she doesn't, it's not that quite that close. Especially at this low awakening. Alright. Go ahead and activate Yuri again. Go over to take care of these guys. The rounds are like over before they even started. It just doesn't matter, guys. It's crazy. I love this. I love the team. I do. I really do like it. Go ahead and activate Vlad or Count Dracula. Place down our Yovar right here for some backup. And here they go. These guys are down for the count again. Count Dracula. Oh man, it's just disgusting. It is. It is absolutely disgusting. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Get close to having like the last few enemies here. I'm gonna go ahead and activate Yuri. Take care of them guys. Look at it. They just gotta spawn. They're done. They're just toast. Alright, I'm gonna put on 1x for a moment. Do the same thing. Erlang Shen is doing some work. once we get close to the end, we're gonna activate Vlad, or Count Dracula. I want to keep calling him Vlad. All right. Now. There we go. We start taking care of these enemies. I could have probably activated them just a little bit earlier, but not like it would have made much of a difference. But you can see how this is going. Wave 8 this time. So this team with Lady Mina made it a little further with Count Dracula than the Ingrid team. Now, I think that's kind of all I wanted to show you guys. I'm pretty sure that this is going to be the new go-to anti-air arena team. And I also want to talk a little bit about why we're not taking the other two in. So let's go over the gallery here. We have two other units that are obviously options, and it's not. So we've got Dracula there. We have, where's the other one? We have our boy, Dr. Van Helsing. Cost is 22. There's nothing wrong with his damage, but the cost is so high that it's just hard to deal with. And then we go back, we have obviously Lady Mina. Lady Mina is a range issue. Even if it's extended with the Piercer faction, it's still not quite there, okay? So she doesn't quite reach any of those enemies up in the top corner. If you don't have the power or the gear and stuff to take care of those enemies, it might be a good option for you. And it's also going to be able to increase Dracula's damage by a fair amount. I think it's 30% if you do bring her out. Now, I wouldn't honestly do it if you're in the end game and you actually manage to collect every single one of these heroes. I would do the team that I just showed you, but she is an option. We go down to the bottom, we have our tactician, and his cost is 19. And as you can see, he just doesn't really fit in the arena team all that much. He's a cultist faction. He is tactician, high block type of thing. He's got damage scaled off HP, which is good. He's actually a good unit. It's just that he doesn't fit along with this team. So yeah, it's just not there. Now, like I said, on single target arena, you're definitely going to see some improvements with Valorant as well. Sticking a Dracula next to him within range is going to be phenomenal. You're going to have your Valorant's going to extra increase of damage by up to 30% if you awaken him. Yeah, he is an amazing unit. He needs the awakenings from Lady Mina. Alright guys, that's all I have for today's video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, make sure you check out prospector.gg. Guys, all these heroes are on there. I have them rated and everything. All you have to do is go and check out the website. Click on them. If you don't mind supporting me as well, on the top right, there's always going to be a Smile1 banner. You can close it, open it if you want. But it's just smile1.prospector.gg if you don't mind helping support me, but only if you're going to spend. And if you do spend, you might as well use an exclusive link. And when you do, I definitely appreciate it. But anyways, I've been the Prospector. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And until next time, keep digging.